Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is a GW Tiger P. It's the Tier 8 German SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Serene Coast, and this one is under the command of doro9. And yes, it's another game from 2017 in the 9.20.1 client. Well, Doro has got the 21cm gun, which back then was capable of 1100 alpha, and it will penetrate 58mm of armour. Of course, now it has all changed because with 1.13 Wargaming ruined Arty forever, and well, a lot of players are now leaving the game. I guess you could say that when we run out of the old replays to actually convert into videos, we will then start a protest videos showing how many times we can actually foul up Wargaming's game by ruining it for them by protesting against their actions of changing Arty and abusing the players by ruining Arty forever. While Dora's looking up the far end of the map. No enemy in sight yet, but we've got a couple of enemy on the peninsula. Ah, right, okay, we've got a target. It's a T-26E5 Patriot. Just working out where to put the shell. He's dialing in at the moment. He's being very careful so he can get the shell to have the maximum effect. Rounds out. Oh, that went right into the rear of the Patriot. It was a direct hit as well, but not a penetrating shot. But he got 538 hit points from that shot. He also stunned the Revelarice nearby. Looks like the Revelarice and the Patriot are getting each other's way. That could be useful. And the Patriot's almost out of hit points now. I think he took a couple of pretty heavy hits from the 110 and the CDC, and now he's a one-shot. Enemy Arty's come into sight on the minimap, but well, we're firing around in that direction. No, overshot the Revelarice. Even though the Revelarice was breaking the green line, turning it red, that indicated that the shell would fall through the Revelarice. The shell went long and exploded harmlessly. It's one of the things about Arty play, of course, is that most tank players don't understand, is it takes a tremendous amount of patience to play Arty properly. You have to also watch what the enemy's doing and work out where to put the shell to have the most effect. Oh my gum! 2 kills with 1 shot. He actually took out the Patriot, and the Revelarice, who was unsighted at the time, was too close to the blast radius, and he got taken out as well. Now, you don't get a whole lot of ammunition when you're using the 21cm gun on this Arty. In fact, you don't get very much at all, and Doro didn't take any premium rounds into the battle with him. You only get 15 rounds to play with, and he's already used 3. He's loading his 4th. Here we go. Work out where to put the shell. Rounds out, and the guard chooses that mode to move, but he still gets hit by splash, and so he's badly damaged. Well, the scores are even at the moment. Well, they were, but we're now 1 down. But it's still early days. Now, the Serene Coast map looks kind of different nowadays. So obviously there's more foliage, more furniture, more obstacles on the battlefield. So there are more places that the enemy can hide. And we're looking for that Jagdpanther too. Well, Doro chose to shoot, but he might have been able to shoot actually onto the peninsula, because there is an enemy tank coming towards the camp from there, KV4. Instead, he's gone back to the Jagdpanzer, who is actually short on hit points. So maybe that shot did actually fall fairly close to him. Meanwhile, up in the northwest corner, a T-34-3 facing off against the guard. Doesn't look good for the T-34-3, I'm afraid. Even though the guard's got less hit points. Rounds out. Oh! Well, he saved that T-34-3 from being wiped out, but unfortunately he gets killed by a Striv S1. So the scores are still even. And the T-34-3 was pinging the map where Doro was. Not sure why. Doro asked what? And he said, I kill. Yes, he did kill. Not sure why he's doing that, but this is back in the days when obviously there was chat between, or was it? I think they may have banned chat between various groups at this point. You could sometimes chat with the enemy in the older versions of World of Tanks. I think this is where they changed it, and so I'm not so sure that it is possible for the enemy to see that, but he may have been pinging the map to actually let the enemy know where he was, but where Doro was, rather. Okay, that Jagdpanther that he aimed at earlier has just killed our T-34. Now, can we get a shot into him? Almost loaded. It's a very difficult shot because he's got to get it around the corner of that rock. Rounds out. Oh, he moves! And yes, he got a splash kill! So they're now 2 tanks up on the enemy. And the enemy's only got 3 tanks left because they just lost their KV-4. And that means they've got 1 Arty, a Striv S1 and a Lurther. Only the Striv has actually got a kill at the moment. And we're looking for the tracer from the M40, M43. Unlike the new tracers you get on 1.13, it was much more difficult to see the tracers back in this day. So it took a lot of skill to spot where the tracer was coming from so you could get the kill. Okay, Doro's got 6 rounds left now. His team's got the advantage. It's 6 against 3, 2-to-1 ratio. Unfortunately, we just lost our Ferdinand, so now it's 5 against 3. Still no sign of that tracer. I do suspect that the M40, M43 is somewhere in sight because at the moment we're looking at the minimap and he was spotted in this area. In fact, he was spotted in that very bush, I believe. Now, the GW Tiger P was never built. It was proposed that they would use some of the Ferdinand chassis to actually make it, but it never got developed. In fact, I think they were rather keen to actually make more Ferdinand tank destroyers than to use the chassis for anything else. Of course, you know the story that the Ferdinand Porsche actually built a huge number of Tiger tank hulls, believing he was going to get the contract, and of course he didn't get the contract, and so he had to convert them for other use. It was a huge amount of expense that he put the Porsche company to by building all of those hulls, and he didn't have the contract at the time, but he was fairly certain that he would get it because, of course, he was very popular with Hitler on the grounds that he's the one who came up with the Volkswagen Beetle, the people's car. Well, that was to try and damage the Lurther. Don't go too close to the cliff. I think he's going into the bush. Only 4 rounds left. The Lurv has been spotted again. And he's holding on to that corner. So we haven't seen the Striv S1 for a while either. Which is a bit of worrying because, of course, if he is somewhere else, he might be coming for us. No shot on the Lurv. Unfortunately, that rock there is actually the one that's blocking shot. There's the Striv, and he's actually behind one of our teammates, the IS-3. And he just got a hit, and unfortunately, the M40, M43 killed him. So he must be fairly close, and lovely shot there on the Striv. 543 hit points, a direct hit. But now it's all changed because it's now 3 versus 3. Albeit that the Striv has lost a lot of hit points in the process. And we still don't know where the M40, M43 is, but he must be fairly close. And there goes the Lurver. The Scorpion fires a round right into his rear. Okay, the Striv is now hiding behind the rock, and I'm afraid Doro can't get a shot on him. Only 3 rounds left. He's trying to work out, can he get a shot in there? I don't think he can, actually. That cliff face is really blocking him. The trajectory of this Arty is not that great when it comes to shooting or getting a shell to come down almost vertically. In fact, it doesn't. It's a fairly flatter trajectory than some of the British Artys. And he fired that round out of almost, well, annoyance that he couldn't get the shot in there. And he's now repositioning to try and get a better angle on that Striv. I think I would have been tempted to hold on to that shell rather than shoot it. Two rounds left. Still 2 enemies out there. At least they have a numerical advantage at the moment. Well, this is odd. It appears Doro's gone very defensive. Cover the cap, and I get the feeling that he might consider that the M40, M43 reposition that's actually headed on his way towards this cap. He could be on the west side of the battlefield. That's certainly a true. Certainly a possibility, I should say, rather than truth. Oh, M40, M43 has been spotted. He wasn't on the west side of the battlefield. He was at the back of the map near the red line. And Doro's going to dial in. That was the other GW Tiger. And yes, he did get him. He didn't stick around to watch the shell kill, but he did see him. And he's got 5 kills now. If he gets one more, if he kills the Striv, he gets a Top Gun. He's also got 1 shell left, and well, that means he also would get another medal if he was able to kill the Striv with that 1 shot. And I think you all know which medal that is. It's not as rare as some players would make you think it is. I think most members of What Arty Noobs have Vaden's medals. In fact, some have more than 1 Vaden's medal because they've played the game enough times as Arty. Because Arty is nearly always short on ammunition. Okay, we're in the last minute now. And we're hoping the Scorpion G is going to spot the Striv S1. We're dialing in on the corner where he was last seen, but Doro's not going to fire until he's got a clear sight of the target. It would be a bit of a waste otherwise. Oh, now the Scorpion went down, so the Striv must be in sight. Or must have been in sight. GW Tiger P's moving in towards the cap as well. 22 seconds to go. This one's going right down to the wire. And he's asking ideas where? He just doesn't know where it is. But wherever, he must have been close enough to see the Scorpion. And there he is. 8 seconds left. He just killed a GW Tiger P, our teammate. Rounds out. Yes! Wins the game, and the clock ticks to 0 just as he does it. Wins the game with his last round and earns a Top Gun and a Faden's medal. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for doro9 in the GW Tiger P. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 20. He got a Faden's medal because he killed the last enemy with the last round in his magazine. He only had 15 rounds, but he made them work for him and got that last kill. He also got a Bombardier medal because he took out 2 enemies with 1 shot, the Reveler Risei and the Patriot. And finally, he got a Top Gun when he took out the Striv S1 right at the end of the game. So that's 6 kills. Let's have a look at team score. There you go. Highest damage on his team, but not the highest damage overall. The high caliber didn't even go to the Striv S1, so I presume it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. But he did the most damage at 3,610 hit points, and you can see that doro9 managed to get 3,044, so second on damage. When it came to kills, he was top. He got 6 kills, 5 kills went to the Striv S1, 3 kills went to the Jagdpanther 2 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's, yes, Doro's got that one. 1,141, he's the only one over 1,000. 986 went to the Scorpion and 829 went to the T-34-3, who kept pinging him even after he'd helped kill the one who was a bit of a problem, the tank that was trying to take him down, the guard. Let's have a look at detail. Doro fired all 15 rounds of ammunition, got 4 direct hits and 4 penetrations, 13 splash. Damage of 3,044 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 6 and did 67 hit points of damage assistance. And he got 11 stuns, but nobody actually did any damage whilst the enemy tanks were stunned. 41,496 credits from the game, and after ammunition resupply took away 10,296 credits profit. 1,712 XP, same again from personal missions payout, and took away 3,424 experience points altogether. Yep, he said RNG was with him. It certainly was on this occasion. Very accurate shots, and it's fairly difficult to do that unless, of course, you let the aim dial in. That last shot, he wasn't fully dialed in, but he knew that the Striv was going to disappear from sight any second, and so he had to take the shot when he did. Plus, of course, he knew that the game was running down, and even if he didn't take the shot, or if he waited a second, then the game might end before he got a chance for that shell to land on the target. So very well done to get that last kill in just under the wire. I think that's got to be the closest to a 15-minute battle. In fact, it says battle duration 15 minutes. So it did last the whole 15 minutes. And it's purely the fact that he got that kill on the 15-minute mark that enabled him to get the win. So very well played by doro9. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.